Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Noir and this is Honey Lover Friend, where I curate affordable fashions to amplify the aesthetic. And now we're back to our regularly scheduled program. In today's video, I have, don't tell nobody, but I have a haul. I know, but hear me out. So I already had all the things, so I'm willing to share them with you today. I wasn't gatekeeping, I was just safeguarding in your best interest. But here we are. I have some knitwear items that I think would be great to add to cart for the fall winter season. So these are affordable quality items that you could add to your everyday looks, and you can also dress them up or dress them down. So I'm gonna try a few things on, and I'm gonna leave all of the sizing and outfit details in the description box below. So if you love what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's get dressed. First off, let's talk about the piece that I'm wearing right now. We have this like rich, creamy cardigan. It has this really boho inspired fringe detail that is just so super cute. It's along the here and then also on the wrists. And I really like this piece. I just thought that it would have been a little bit heavier, but I don't really mind the weight of it. I also thought that it was going to be just a little bit more oversized. I think I even sized up for this, but it still wasn't necessarily the fit that I was looking for, but it isn't a bad look. In terms of price point, they could have done a little bit better, but it's just a sign of the times. And if you're looking for quality items, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And so this is a piece I definitely would recommend if you're into this type of thing, and you can style it in many ways. Okay, so for this next sweater, we have this bubblegum pink sweater, and it is a turtleneck sweater, and it's in more of a crop style. And I didn't really know that when I saw it on the website. I thought that it was actually going to be a little bit or a lot oversized. I even purchased it in the biggest size. And so when I took it out, I was thrown off a little bit, but when I styled it, it wasn't too bad. You could still work with it. Again, this is a piece that I felt like could have been in a heavier knit, but it isn't bad at all. It is still gonna offer you warmth. It just isn't of the greatest. Like, it's not of premium quality. Definitely would recommend this because it's in this super cute pink color, and it is still very cute and cozy. And this is a piece that you may have already seen, and you can just get a closer look. So you can kind of tell that the knit isn't too bad, but the thing about this piece is that I actually purchased it in a super oversized just to achieve the look that I was going for, and I did a little bit too much. So I definitely could have sized down or two, especially with the weight fluctuation and all of that. I know I say a lot that my weight tends to fluctuate. So the whole history behind that is that I had some health issues that I was really struggling with that really is common to most people, but it was really dragging me for the better part of 10 years. So like most Black women, I had a struggle with fibroids. So I was struggling with all the symptoms. So my stomach was so enlarged, and the thing is that the fibroids were reoccurring. So I did one surgery, they came back, and when they come back, they come with a vengeance. So we're talking about enlarged uterus equivalent to 4, 5, 6 months pregnant, and you're not pregnant, so no. And it was just impossible to be able to fit clothes, and I didn't really understand it at the time because they kind of work backwards, where when you have the symptoms, then they want to monitor, and then it's just a slow process, and then you're just struggling all throughout that timeline. And so you never really know what's happening to you until it's like the 11th hour. I would have to struggle from month to month, from year to year with this issue, not really knowing what it was. So I'm just thinking, okay, like I've gained a lot of weight, or I'm under a lot of pressure, it's stress, weight gain, or whatever, it's aging, whatever the case is. It's pandemic, so many things. And I didn't really understand until I was on this side of it how much it actually contributed to Yes, I was aware of how much it affected my quality of life, but not to this full extent because I didn't really remember life before fibroids. So the way that I'm experiencing my body is just completely brand new. So last year I had the final surgery. I ended up having a hysterectomy. So I had 2 myomectomies and a hysterectomy. And so I'm just learning my body for the first time in a very long time, on top of the fact that I am actually aging. I'm currently 40 years old. And so my body is going through its own transformation in and of itself, on top of the changes with the hysterectomy. And so as I'm showing up on this platform and I'm trying on the clothes, it is just kind of like a new year, a new me. And I'm just learning things about myself and understanding myself, and I'm evolving as a person. One thing about YouTube, having a YouTube channel, is that your content will read you for filth, okay? You're going in and you are recording these things on whatever timeline, but on a consistent basis, and you have to literally face yourself. You're editing and you're seeing the flaws and all. And it's not so much that it shifts my self-esteem, but it makes me hyper aware of my body and how I want to present myself to the world. And so you're under your own microscope and you evolve, you change. And as long as it's a healthy change, then I don't see any wrong in that. So I noticed that since I've been consistent for the past 3 months or so, I've had a little bit of time to observe. And as I'm putting out new content, I feel like I don't really mesh with certain ideas and concepts, styles, as much as I did before. Currently, like, a lot of my clothes may not align with that or how I used to put things together. So be patient with me, grow with me, glow with me. Let me know your struggles in the comment section. Let's build a community. All right, and we're back. So that was this. And yeah, so the whole point behind that as well is that I often find myself purchasing items in larger sizes. So I don't like clothes that fit too close to the body, but often I want to get something that is oversized. And so I'm thinking about what was oversized to my previous size, and that's why I end up with these super size clothes. And just to give a little bit of perspective, I lost about, let's say 20 to 30 pounds in the past, let's say 6 months. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, let me know in the comment section. But overall, it was mostly intermittent fasting and really diet that made the transformation. And I think it was a little bit intentional, not so much, but a little bit intentional behind that, just to kind of see how much diet contributed to the weight gain. And there's also stress and a lot of other factors. Like, I had to purge a lot of people, places, and things for sure. That also helped me to balance my cortisol, which also contributes to major weight gain. And now going forward, I want to work on incorporating more exercise and fitness into my routine so that I can fit and build a good foundation going forward so I can keep the weight off long term. And so the next piece I have is this gray short sleeve or sleeveless turtleneck sweater. You can take a look at it up close and see that the quality is very good. It's very nice and it's very soft and it looks very chic. It definitely doesn't look cheap. It kind of has a more expensive look and feel to it. So I love this sweater. I love the sweater for the purpose of layering. I love the sweater for the purpose of the transitional season. And I would definitely recommend this as a wardrobe staple or one of your capsule wardrobe essentials for the fall. This is also a great piece that you could wear to work and under your blazers. I think for the most part, when I am purchasing sweaters, I tend to look for the things that have like more of this like soft, cozy, furry, fluffy feel or look to them. And I feel like it hasn't really steered me wrong in terms of, I think I did a good job with that overall with all of the pieces that I got. And so yeah, this sweater is pretty much on the money with that same concept. It has this like, this is kind of like a, I don't know what you call it, like a low pile fur fluff. I don't know, you know, when we're talking about carpets or whatever, that's what they say. But yeah, it's not as fluffy as the gray sweater, but it still has a little bit of that like texture. And so I feel like that's what makes these pieces look a little bit more rich and luxe for Shein, that is. And I got this color. This isn't, I do have a few pieces in this in green, but I generally do not purchase too many green items. And I know that it was on trend for this season, and I wanted to try to incorporate some of that in my wardrobe. So that's why I got this sweater. It has a crew neck, and then there is this like cutout detail here that kind of just makes it a little bit elevated. I probably still sized up with this sweater as well, so it could fit a little bit better. Definitely stick to your size. It's true to size, so stick to your regular size. Next, I have another short sleeve sweater, and here's the close-up. Again, you can see that in terms of the quality, and this is another perfect piece for a variety of style options. It's short sleeve. So this one is short sleeve as opposed to the gray one that is sleeveless. So it does meet you about here, and you could also very much layer this. It has a bit more of a crop cut to it, and so I would love this for layering with like a basic white shirt. This is going to be one of my favorite sweaters for the season, just because you can wear it with skirts, trousers, and you can really get a lot of looks out of this. And if you handle it with care, it can last you for a long time and even transition into the earlier parts of spring. So I do have a couple knit dresses as well, just because that's an easy outfit formula. The dress is the outfit and it doesn't require too much thinking. It's just very effortless. So I decided to go with this thin knit dress here. And you can see that it is in a zebra graphic print. This one does come in black and red and maybe green. I decided to go for blue just to keep it a little bit non-traditional, and I like that. It's typical for me to go for zebra print pieces in the black and white, but I felt like this would make it feel just a little bit more luxe, because sometimes, you know, animal print can feel a little bit like gaudy. So I work with that and I'm not mad, and the quality is great. However, and I got it on sale, so perfect. But I purchased it way too big. I didn't want it to fit too close to the body, so I sized up. But the thing is with the curve line, when you're not very curvy, is that the proportions will be off. So wherever the piece hits you, like on the hips, may be really exaggerated if you don't have the hips to fill it out. And so that's the thing with the Shein curve dimensions, and that's what makes the difference, is how the clothes actually sit on your body. So it really isn't necessary, like if you're mid-size, it really isn't necessary to go or size up, because it might fail you. Like it just doesn't work out if you don't have the curves to fill it. So I am not hippie, and I definitely saw that in this piece. This is probably something that you could still tailor, and it really is a good quality piece, and it could be a classic wardrobe staple in your item. This is something you could wear in the daytime. You could wear it like elevated casual. You could wear this to church. You could wear this to work. So definitely a good piece at an extremely affordable price. So I would recommend this, but stick true to size. All right, so next we have this sweater dress, and it's in a neutral color, but in a heavier knit, and the details are in like these ribbed details here and throughout the sweater that make it unique. It is fairly long. I definitely could have sized down maybe one size, but I love it because it is just an easy go-to sweater. This is something you could throw on for errands. You could layer it with other shirts to make it feel a little bit more elevated and just really work with the pieces in your closet depending on the occasion. So I definitely would recommend it. It feels very rich. It feels very luxe. This is definitely more on the higher quality end for Shein. But this sweater though, this sweater, do you see this? Oh my God, it's so good. It is so good. It's just everything. This is just like a dream. It's like my perfect sweater, my perfect cardigan. However, again, I could have sized down. So this definitely does fit oversized, but because I was so thirsty for it, I didn't want it to fail me. So I sized up because I wasn't sure of the fit. And a lot of the times when they come out with like the newer items, I know they drop like a million items a day. They don't have reviews as yet, and so you can't really see pictures or get that type of feedback, and I wanted it that bad, so I bought it anyway. And I've seen it on other sites. I was more attracted to like the more neutral color, but I decided to go with the gray because it feels a lot more, or it looks a lot more luxe and versatile. I like to pair gray pieces with silver accessories, and I feel like they complement each other so well that it elevates the look. And so that's why I decided to go with the gray. And I mean, I can style it to my liking to make it make sense. The oversized really isn't that bad. It's just not the fit that I was looking for. But this is like the ultimate chic, affordable cardigan. So it comes in a variety of colors. So definitely look out for that. This is 10 out of 10. Do recommend. And now for this cardigan that is just perfect for the season in this beautiful orange color. It's not too dark. It's not too bright. It's just ideal and the perfect topper for really any outfit. This is definitely a piece I could have sized down on, but it's really no fault of Shein. It's really just, I'm in a transitional phase. So this is a 1XL. And yeah, I didn't really anticipate, or the weight just came off, and before I knew it, my brain didn't really catch up. So it is what it is, but good thing, like I am still an oversized girly, so I don't really mind that. It just when it starts to look sloppy. So we'll see what happens, but especially because I'm a little bit PTSD because of the fluctuation. Like whenever you do lose weight, you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to hold on to everything because I'm going to gain back the weight. But I don't know. It is what it is. It's Shein stuff. Regardless, it's affordable. The thing about what people say about Shein, sometimes it isn't the highest quality, but these are not like throwaway pieces. It's not one and done. It's really based on like how you shop. And because you're not able to see them in person, that's kind of what makes it tricky. So for me, I have a good eye because I'm a thrifter. I can kind of pick out quality, but it's definitely hard to pick out quality online. So therein lies the struggle, but I wear my Shein clothes for an extended period of time. You just have to be highly selective. And like sometimes it's hit or miss, right? But it is what it is. It's affordable. So I like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that these are items that you can replace because they phase out, they sell out, the styles change, the seasons change, and it is what it is. So here is another rich luxe sweater. I have this in this beautiful winter white shade, and I have it inside out, but it is everything. It's kind of similar to the gray cardigan, but this is in a V-neck style, and definitely could have sized down, but it is still everything. It just depends on the look that you're going for. You could layer this, especially with the V-neck, and it is good for from work to play. Like with the right skirt and accessories, you could really zhuzh this up and make it really nighttime chic. And then for this next piece, it's kind of the same. I think I'm really into the winter whites this season. We have this piece, that piece, and then we have this. So because like fur and Sherpa is always on trend really during the fall, but definitely on trend this fall, I wanted to find a piece that made sense for my current style. I love to get these Sherpa pieces, usually like a pullover style or something like that. Feels really like luxe to me. But as I'm evolving, I felt like this was a better fit because it's in more of a blazer jacket style, and then it does have these gold button accents. The thing about this piece is that I think I had high expectations, so I was expecting a little bit too much. Because we're talking about Sherpa, this is faux Sherpa, but I feel like this piece could have been thicker, like it could have been heavier. Like it's a little bit too thin for me, almost like it needed like a more like plush lining. So that's all that I feel like is missing from this piece. Definitely, again, could go a size down, but it still works. This is an ideal piece just as a topper or something to wear to work. If you wanted to, you could just button it up and that's your shirt. Choose your own adventure. And yeah, I'll just be playing with the styling options with this one because there will be many ways to work this out. So this, I'm not mad. The quality isn't horrible. It just isn't what I expected. And then this last piece, it isn't necessarily knitwear, but it still is like of a heavier fabric. And I just wanted to show out the details because I don't think it got the shine that it was supposed to get in my other videos. So we have this beautiful dress here, and it's actually in a very weighty, like, what would we call this? I think crochet knit, and it is a sleeveless dress. I feel like this is a perfect piece for layering with sweaters, blazers, anything like that to help it transition to the fall. Depending on the occasion, you could also even wear this in the winter to like some type of semi-formal event. And I love this dress. It has these like fringy details here in the bust area. And the only thing I don't love about it is this nude layer here. I understand why it's essential. It's just that it's not my shade of nude. It probably looks, the camera is a little bit deceiving, but it's not my shade of nude. And so depending on how you style it, that could be a little more or less obvious. And otherwise it is amazing. Like this could very much be somebody's, like, if not wedding dress, definitely like a reception dress. It really is just that good and of high quality. So that's all the things for today's video, lovers and friends. Let me know in the comment section down below which piece you will be frugally adding to cart for this fall winter season. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.